Um, Look, I think there's a couple. You got Herman, you got Stubbs. I think obviously the standout with regards to the big names, up and coming youngsters. I mean, there's been much spoken about is Dewald Brevis. Um, is an interesting one, and I obviously caught wind of his name like 2 years ago when he sort of burst, or a year and a half ago, where he burst onto the scene. Obviously, had a fantastic under-19 World Cup, and Mumbai Indians then got hold of him and sort of put him on this pedestal. And for me, I think it's a bit of a concern that obviously with all that talent and expectation comes performances, and when people don't see that performance coming from you, there's always a lot of question marks that get put, that get come up. I think for me, he still needs time to nurture his talent. Yes, I mean, he's a wonderful talent. I think, a couple of seasons of just domestic cricket would do him, in all formats, would do him a world of good, just mentally and from a technical point of view. And also, putting down his own sort of stamp of originality. I think he was so engrossed in how AB played that he's almost tried to match him shot for shot. If there was one maybe bit of advice that I could give him, was probably to spend a couple of years playing local cricket in all the formats and try and stamp his authority on with regards and bring his own blueprints with regards to how he wants to play. There's nothing wrong with obviously with trying to be like AB, but you can't, be exactly like another player was. You might as well be like a clone or a robot, And I look at various other great batters that, they all looked up to certain players, but they brought their own style of play, etc., etc. And with Dewald, I think he got so engrossed with AB that he almost wanted to match him shot for shot. So, I think with that, obviously the expectation and him not performing this season, maybe not so much last season. He got 1 or 2 scores last season. But I think, just the break from all the T20 cricket leagues, once this league is finished, and then just to concentrate on all the formats in domestic cricket. Yes, you can go play the T20 cricket in our winter when there's obviously no cricket in South Africa. But I think his performance is going to come under the spotlight, seeing that he's not sort of living up to these huge expectations that comes with it. Herman and Stubbs, Stubbs is having a lot better season than he had last season. Herman is, he got a fantastic 100 the other day. From a youngster's point of view, once you start getting big scores, people expect that. But it's also a realization of how you went about it, the particular surface you played, what you did really well, what you can improve on. And obviously being a T20 World Cup year, it's great for South Africa that the local players shine, and it's so important because of it's a local league. So, Stubbs and Herman's great to see them, putting their hand up. Rickleton has been phenomenal. And, Shamsi is good. Beyond Fortuin is going nicely. Seamers, not so much. You look like the MI Cape Town. They've obviously played before and only won 2, so they would still need to jump ship a little bit and improve there. But those sort of names that are good, Henry Klaasen, is continuing to be a thorn in the flesh of many opposition. And long may that last. But, it's just good to see some of these youngsters performing really nicely.